Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones this morning? So as you can see on the 4-hour chart, we did get a break through the alligator and we've had a retest. Okay, so that would typically be confirmation for a short. And I just want to highlight something else here is you can see there was the level I was waiting for, and you can see we missed it the first time, and the second time we just went straight through. So we'll have a look at that on the lower time frames just to see exactly what's going on. And the next level that we're looking for is pretty much down at 26,300. Okay, so Fed's raised interest rates yesterday. Economy is on the up and still very strong, but I don't think Trump's doing the market any favors by attacking the European Union members. So, and I think a lot of this is to do with Trump at the moment. Okay, so yeah, for all intents and purposes, trend is still up when we look at it from a daily and a weekly perspective, but on the 4-hour, you could argue that we've had a confirmation of a trend change. Okay, I'm still of the opinion that we're in an uptrend, so I'm looking at the daily, and whatever pullback we do get is pretty much where I'm looking to get in. So for me, I'm still looking around this area of 26,200. Okay, so that would be a nice retest of this previous breakout, and the oscillators will kind of line up at the same time as well. So let's just talking about the oscillators, just have a look here. You'll see on the 4-hour how we are now in oversold territory on the 4-hour. Okay, I can't see us just turning in the middle of nowhere here, so I would expect us to come down further, and you can pretty much just do that. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm picking up the tails on those candles, and if we just move across, you'll see it is the top of the previous breakout. Okay, so this consolidation phase here, we banging our head. Well, not yet, but we're about to bang our head on the top of it. Okay, so let's get down to some levels to trade. But yesterday was kind of a difficult one to trade because you had the news coming through, and I typically don't like trading it. You can see normally in the lead up to FOMC meeting is a bit of nothing happening and very, very difficult to trade. Then you get the FOMC, and then all of a sudden the market decides that we're pushing it down. Okay, so now what we're looking for is a base. So we're looking for price to hit a base, and as you can see, we're not far off. You look at that we were 54 points off this area that I'm looking for. So that is the area I'm looking to get long again. Okay, so I'm looking for longs somewhere around 26,350, 26,340 or 26,300, and 26,300 is probably the area that we're going to tag. Okay, so short term, still some more downside to come, I reckon. And then what we're looking for is to find some positive price action and push price to the upside. Now you can see we had two signals here. So we had a little bit of a pin bar here. We had some pin bars the day before, and we had this engulfing here. But again, as I say, whenever this is happening in the lead up to news, typical news would be non-farm payrolls or FOMC meetings and FOMC minutes. So those are the three events on the US market where you often see the Dow just go into sort of a consolidation range, and the range is normally pretty tight. It's 50-point range. And then we get some volatility when the news comes out. And then what happens is the market will then move in the direction that we're anticipating. Okay, so what I do want to do is just check this measured move. So this measured move, in other words, this push down, and if this was the retracement, then we could break through here as well, and we could end to up on 26,200. Okay, so just delete that and let's delete that. Right, so those are the three levels that I'm watching. Now, bear in mind, I have no interest in shorting the US markets. Okay, so this is one market that if you do get it wrong on a short, you could actually almost sit it out if you've got enough capital. Not the way I like to trade, but it is possible because we are in a very strong uptrend. So you're trading with the trend. Okay, so for me right now, two things could be happening. So firstly, this could form a double bottom. I'd like to see it come all the way back down, to test these levels properly, and then bounce. Okay, or alternatively, we could move down to the 26,200 area. So it's difficult to ascertain which level we're going to head for. And if you look at the awesome oscillator at the moment, you can see that momentum is to the upside right now. So the last couple of candles we've been moving to the upside. So at this moment in time, you can't argue it's a double bottom, but essentially what we are is consolidating. Okay, so this area here is a pullback, bit of consolidation, and now what we're waiting for is to see exactly what's going to transpire this morning. Yeah, looking at the 12-minute, you can see we've starting to get, we closed off with some, I won't call those buyers, I think it was more profit taking of the people that were short. So what we're looking for is buyers to step in. So there were some buyers stepping in there. There's an inside bar. But I want to see this during the European Open at least. Okay, so in other words, what I'm looking for in the 12 minutes is I'm looking for some decent signals, but I want them on a level. And at this stage, they're not at a level, so it's not going to work for me. So anything on 26,340, 26,300, or 26,200. So anything in this area, I will be long. Okay. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. So in other words, I'm not trading this thing short at the moment. I'll wait for it to settle down and get me an entry. And then what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this second move. So what I'm waiting for is a trade that should be around 800 points. Okay. So obviously we need it to pull back a bit. And the other thing we need to just pay attention to, just sometimes something which we forget, and that is we're looking for the 50% or the 61.8 Fibonacci. And you can see how 61.8 lines up. You look to the left with all these tails here. Okay, so we're on the 50 at the moment, and then obviously what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to keep your stop below here. But that's 470 points. It's a bit too much for me. So I will look to the left for a previous fractal on the 4 hour and keep my stop below that. So if price does get down to this area, then obviously I can have a 60-point stop loss. Okay, because I'll be below this tail here. Right, so we're looking for some price action. That's basically what it boils down to, and we're looking for some price action. Could potentially be here. This is setting up to be a bit of a double bottom. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see the awesome oscillator pointing the upside. We are in oversold territories here, and we do have a indecision bar at the close with a confirmation to the upside. So the 200 moving average is what basically been tested. You can see how we've tested it and we've come off. So the question is, where do the buyers step in? Okay, and that's what I'm waiting for. Right. I'm not really going to worry about the closing range breakout. You can see again, it was a day of break to the upside, break to the downside through the closing range. So, and it's very typical when we're in a consolidation phase. And I think that's exactly where we are right now. Okay, so those are the levels I'm waiting for. I'm looking for price to get to 26,340, 26,300, somewhere in that area. If that doesn't hold, then you can expect a spike down to 26,200. But that's kind of the level that I'm looking for. Now, if we just delete the noise and just come to the daily, you'll see ideally what you're looking for is this 26,200. Okay, so on the daily, that's what you're looking for, is a pullback all the way to 26,200 and then a rally. But as you can see, over the last the last month basically, we haven't broken below the lips on the alligator, which is this green line. Okay, so this is on the daily. Every time we get to the green line, buyers step in and they push it up. So that may be a scenario right now. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. We'll wait for the European Open, and I'm looking for some 12-minute, preferably 30-minute price action that's going to indicate that we have a potential turn. Okay, so what I'm looking for will be pin bars, engulfing bars, or inside bars. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for, and preferably a double bottom. To me, yeah, price pulling back down to this area here and then bouncing off here would also be an opportunity to look. So 26,360, because that's an area where your ambushes will get in. Okay, so even though you do have the levels to the downside, you know, the guys that are looking to ambush the bears will start at 26,360. And if that fails, they'll get out and they'll wait for the next level and then they'll get in at that level. Okay, and that's exactly the way that I'm intending on trading this today. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Can't really give you levels to the upside because I don't see any really good levels. Well, I do. It's going to be up here, which is quite far away. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for an entry at this stage. And the entry for me needs to be off a level. So it's either got to be down here or further down. Okay, so it's either got to be at this level, which is 26,360. So anything between 26,360 and 26,300 is quite a big buffer there that you can look for some positive price action. If we get through that, then you're looking at 26,200 for an entry. Okay, so that's my view on this. Not interested in shorting it, just looking for longs. Anyway, guys, hope it helps. Keep those stops tight and enjoy your day. I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.